It's Nave Shapes. In today's video I'm going to be breaking down a haircut from Chop Lloyd. If you want to see me break someone's haircut down, all you need to do is drop it in the comments and ask as many questions as you like in the comments as well. I'm going to be going over every single one of them, answering them all. So leave as many questions as you like in the comments, and if you would like me to specifically break someone's haircut down from the industry, leave a link to that post in the comment as well, and I will take a look. As always, we're going to start off with the sectioning, and in this one specifically has gone for a center section straight down the middle of the client's head, and this is to break the hair into two separate panels ready to prep, creating a flat line at the back, which I'll show you right now. After going from front to back with his initial section, Lloyd is now going from crown area, and he would also do this on the other side as well. And this is where you can see he's took that section down the side here, and more often than not he's going to continue this same sectioning pattern right down into about the mastoid area, just above and behind the ear, and that's when he'll find the rounds of the client's head and take his section right across, usually around the parietal ridge area. And what this will create on the top of the head, it just gives you a really nice box section on top. Now before we move on to the cut, we're going to continue finish this mapping section off. So this is the top back line that we just created. This is then where he's taking it from the back to the front. You would also have the same on the other side as well, and this continues into a triangle section into the back. You would also have the same going around here too. It would actually connect up to this corner here, but obviously we can't see it due to the position of the camera. This is where this section could be continued down on the other side, and what this gives him now is he has one section on this side, same on the other side. He has the top panel, and he has this triangle section here as well. This is where he begins his first cutting section, just here. This first section is following the head shape round. Now it comes to his first cut. He's projecting the hair out longer towards his fingertips, and the section of hair is getting shorter as we follow this shape around. And we can tell he's creating a graduation because we can see the top of the section that he's cutting. So visually we can see all the top of this hair here, so it's a really good indicator that we're creating a graduated shape. So I'm going to use blue arrow here for graduation. This is the hair projecting down below its base. Now before I move on to him cutting the top, we don't get to see anything other than he does this section here, and then he's moving on to this section here. But what we don't see is any of this down here, and I don't know for sure, but I'm inclined to think that maybe, oh, this down here might be disconnected. I don't know for sure, but there's a trend at the minute where people are just doing round graduations in here, completely leaving this disconnected. And to be honest, I'm not the biggest fan of this, just because it doesn't grow out nice for the client at all. It's more about speed for the barber than it is regrowth enjoyability for the client. However, I don't know for sure if he's done that, or he might have brought it out afterwards and like feather raised it in to connect it in, which I would strongly recommend that. It takes an extra 2 minutes and it's more enjoyable for the client, but like I said, I don't know if that's what he's done or not. Now let's get into what he is actually doing. Now we can see that he's elevating the hair up from that triangle section that he took before, and he's following the head shape round. Now obviously this looks like a flat cutting line, but you have to imagine where on the head this is. So his cutting line is actually following the client's head shape right now. This is the client's head shape, and his cutting line is pretty much matching that. Yes, the cutting line is flat because obviously his scissors are flat, but usually if you're going to put a corner on someone's head at the back, it's going to be right here, and he's completely eliminated that option. So he's following the head shape round and rounding this haircut off at the crown area specifically. Now we're moving on to the sides. He's doing a forward diagonal cutting line here, longer at the back, shorter to the front. But obviously his cutting line is actually going this way because he's left-handed. So it's his fingertips that are closer to the scalp here, and his knuckles are actually further away from the scalp at this end. So he's shorter at the front, shorter externally, longer internally. And this is what's going to give the client like really nice and tight along the sideburn areas, not too long and too messy. But the length that he's leaving it here is still going to leave like a nice little bit of texture to play around with the styling afterwards. And moving on to the top, he elevates everything up here, creates texture in his cutting line through point cutting. And what I want to address here is just the shape that he's creating his cutting line with. Even though it's point cutted, he's still keeping his cutting line flat. This is going to leave loads of extra length down in the fringe area for styling later, because this hair has to travel much further to get to his cutting line, because you can see the client's head starts to round off quite rapidly here, right? So from here, the hair doesn't have to travel as far to get to this cutting line, but from here, it has to travel much further. And because of that, it's going to leave him a lot more length down in this front area here to play around with. That's what leaves us with this really cool haircut. Love it. Hopefully you enjoyed that and you took something from it. If you want the head sheets that I've drawn on here for free, you can get them inside my free community through the link in the description. But yeah, see you in the next one.